Hi there, welcome back. I'm FrozenMelon's. Today we continue our Let's Play of Hades. Now, unfortunately, I said this is a little bit after the last one I did, which unfortunately has been corrupted in regards to the recording that I had of it. So, unfortunately, everything we did on that one, I said there's no way I can actually salvage any of it, which is a little unfortunate. But I said we'll continue with this run anyway. So, as what we missed from the last run, wasn't too much. We got so far. And then we also did a bit of the story aspect of it as well, where you kind of saw how Zagreus found out about Persephone, and he actually found out via the narrator, which was quite a fun one. So, we'll jump into this run and see how we get along with it today.
Family? Death is your only family. Death and I. Best get accustomed to the both of us.
No, not on your life.
Okay, so start off with an upgrade. Spin attack and special 7 foes. I quite like the chain skill, so we'll go for that.
Extra pointy. Good night.
But yeah, it is a bit of a shame about the last recording. Said if there is some way that I can actually salvage it, I'll probably end up putting it up later.
I'll destroy you.
But it will depend on how much I can actually salvage from that. I've tried everything at the moment, and yeah, I just cannot get it to actually work. So, like maybe if I can actually just kind of get the rest of it without the audio, maybe, I don't know. But we'll see what ends up happening, and I might then upload it at a later date. We'll take war here.
Arthur, the Eternal Spear. I thought it lost. Have you any idea how many lives it drank during your father's glory days?
Special inflicts doom. I think that's going to be quite good.
This is my fight.
And we'll do everything we can. I missed a golden chest there. But it was a bit of a shame about the last recording. I said it was an okay run. We didn't get very far in the end. We didn't even make it to Hades as well, which was a bit disappointing, but not much can be done about that. And we did kind of spend some of our keys unlocking certain things.
Hello, mates.
Hopefully, so this time around, this recording should go absolutely fine. And you'll be seeing it on the Friday, which would have been the time I would have uploaded the other one anyway. So you just have to forgive me on the sort of story aspect of it that we did miss out on.
Lord Ares. In the name of Hades.
Cass, after using Death Defiance. And we'll take that. And we will actually descend down here. Get to meet Chaos again.
A fishing point here.
You move in darkness, practically unseen, son of Hades. It is quite difficult even for me to sense your presence at times. The Olympians catch their glimpses now and then, but you are always in a shroud. Thus is the influence of Nyx.
Next 4 encounters, same foes tossing a throw bomb, but we get more gold. Have less movement speed, but then boons are better in rarity. Dash is less range, but afterwards, striking throws behind does more damage. Actually, we'll take the slothful behavior here,
To me.
and let's do the fish.
Right there. The Faramati.
A perfect specimen.
Okay. No, I hope we're all doing alright, so we all had a good week. As for myself, I'm feeling a lot better at the moment. So just been fairly busy recently, so has made things a bit more difficult. But looks like I said, bouncing back now anyway.
Colourful.
And there's no point in the shop, so we'll go straight into the boss fight.
Let's go, lads.
But as far as stuff are going on for myself, I've just been keeping busy, playing a bit more Pokemon Unite, which I've actually had some pretty good games recently. At least played well myself, which so you can hardly fault anyone else after that. If you do well and your friends just beat you, so that's all that happens really.
In the name of Hades.
Yeah, that's what I want, the extra Doom damage. Start buffing that up. So now I've been quite enjoying kind of going through the Pokemon Unite again, and just getting back into it. Don't know what everyone's thoughts is on the Pokemon Unite at the moment.
Thank the gods.
And I'm kind of looking forward to later on this year when we do get some of the new Pokemon games as well, which would be quite nice. Take the treasure. So I'm looking forward to the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Which, depending on if I may get some recordings set up for that, I don't know whether it'll be something I might upload, like a let's play of that to the channel,
Switch to a new effect.
go through it live. But it could be something I could do depending on sort of if I can get the setup for it. But I was having an interesting conversation with some other people the other day, just sort of about how kind of our behaviour as humans kind of works with sort of like how we kind of preserved ourselves and why we do certain things in certain aspects and kind of the benefit it gives to us as a species. There's an interesting discussion with a few people about it.
He's there. Get him.
And it's like it's kind of the idea of if everything you do in some way, shape or form is always meant to benefit you in some way. Now, if that is the case, does that mean that when you do a good deed that there seems like there's no benefit? Is there actually a benefit behind it? And it is quite an interesting topic to discuss when it comes down to things like that. Because even though that you may think like, okay, you know, I'm doing it because I'm being nice, I said your brain still rewards you in doing that nice object, so you get a good feeling out of it. I mean, are you doing it for the good feeling?
Work faster next time.
Or are you just kind of actually doing it because it's a nice thing to do? It'd be very hard to prove. I said we sort of discussing the only way we can think about proving it is you try and get sort of essentially like a sociopath would be the only way where they do things just to hide their true intentions, but then they get the benefit from that. Or and so we'll take the boon here.
You spent your hard-earned wealth on my account, dearest? Why, if that isn't just the sweetest thing.
Dash. bonus life could be quite useful. Hit the
God's
bomb
grant me
here,
strength.
and then increase the damage of the Doom. And then we'll buy the darkness as well. And as usual, I probably will say I will miss a lot of fishing points on this, so do shout them out if I have missed one.
Nice to meet you. Hey, you must be one of Meg's sisters. Nice to finally meet you. My name is Zagreus. Not murderer, definitely not.
Murderer. Murderer.
Look, I've done some things that maybe aren't great, but I am very, very sure I haven't murdered anyone.
Murderer.
Not now.
So yeah, this here is the last Fury Sisters, which comes to the three-stage boss fight, where the arena kind of gets smaller over time. Her attack patterns are very similar throughout all 3 stages, nothing much changes. Like the rest of them, where they might do something a little bit different as the fight progresses. Just making sure you dodge the right times is the main thing here. You're out of the ranges of some of the other attacks. Should be it.
That's one way to prove I'm innocent. Thank you.
Yeah, but that discussion I was having with people about sort
Tread
of
lightly, boy.
if you actually have any
No.
intentions
Could try a
of...
different one.
Yeah, we'll take that actually. Equip that here.
Go with that one. Should I take the trade?
Yeah, we'll get rid of
Could
that
use the
actually.
extra coin.
And there's no need to restore health or anything like that. But yeah, it was an interesting discussion, just because of the fact there are things that even I've done that are kind of just nice gestures where you think actually there is no benefit for yourself, but then on a chemical level there would be. So you get a good feeling out of it, you feel better about
The bone
yourself, it
hydra
gives you more
awaits.
confidence, for just being nice essentially. No fishing spot is there. So it was kind of an interesting debate. I remember one of the good deeds that I did a few months back. I just saw someone that's obviously struggling with some bags on their way to, I assume, their car, which I wasn't too sure it was fair or close by, but I was on the way home from work, at which point I just kind of generously offered, like, do you want some help dragging that to the car? Now, well, I asked if they were okay, they actually looked like they're struggling. And of course, people are always very wary, but she seemed like struggling, and then they gave her a helping hand, taking it back to the car, which she said thank you, and that was it. It's one of those things where it's just being nice, irrelevant of that, and sometimes just mean the world of good. And I say, if someone does like a nice thing for yourself, the best thing you can always do is pass that good deed along to someone
Mixes
else.
power.
Let's take the money here.
You leave my troves alone.
Come and get it.
Because you're surprised how like little good deeds like that could make or break someone's day, really. It's one of those things where it's like you might see like someone having just a really bad day, and what ends up happening is people just sit there and watch that happen in front of them. Like they fall over, they hurt themselves, and no one's there to kind of help pick them up.
You waste my time.
All mine.
And there's nothing wrong with paying it forward either. It's like, yeah, you probably won't get any benefit out of it in the long run, and it won't make any difference compared to everything else, but for that one person in that one moment, it could mean everything to them. You never know. I said it's how I've kind of met some of the friends that I end up spending time with or talking to as well. Just making that one nice good deed, and at which point, yeah, we probably don't talk all the time, but said if I ever need a favour or stuff like that, normally they're people I can call up and trust on. So at least maybe give you a helping hand or some friendly advice as well. So I would recommend it. Obviously there's those things to always be careful yourself. Don't shop out help to random strangers because that's like a disaster waiting to happen.
Good enough to eat.
Okay, so I'm at 100, that boosts it by 20%. So this is still better to increase.
Extra blessing.
Because in that one I'm getting 28% out of it, so. Maybe that's not exactly the difference, like the math's a bit weird on it because you're trying to calculate a percentage increase on top of what you'd get out of after that as well. So like now my 65 is actually worth more as a percentage compared to what the general 85% would have been for 20. Because I also get
Good.
that as well.
Aphrodite's really something, don't you think so, cuz? Normally I'd stop for no one here, but when it comes to her, exceptions must be made.
Could cast quicker, attack quicker. I'll take the recovery. Any form of recovery is going to be good here. And maybe I can get something that would maybe could give me some crits, or maybe something special on some of my basic attack.
The Witch's Circle.
I said I'm never a fan of this sort of mini boss fight. Like at the moment it seems fair enough because my special can stop their projectiles, but if you're really one-sided with
What can you
these,
do?
Hey, that's the Eternal Spear Varatha, isn't it? Your father used to use that, didn't he? A bit ornate for hunting, but a spear's a spear, is what I like to say.
so the cast deals critical damage. Any attacks can be a critical 4% chance. That's exactly kind of what I wanted to get from here.
The act of sorcery often ends in an untimely death and an eternity in Tartarus for careless souls, though some are able to perfect the trade and take up permanent residence elsewhere.
I'm sure the Witch's Circle will reconvene soon enough.
Yeah, we're going to take this health point then for the next bit. Yeah, but as said, everything else goes. I think life sort of after the whole lockdown situations and things like that, anyway within UK, said life is getting back to normal, but the presence and the effect that you feel from the viruses still haven't changed. So what I mean by that is everyone is getting to the point where they're starting to relax again, which is great. So we want to have sort of that normality back. So we've been stuck doing all sorts of things. Some people work from home, other people being locked inside, stuff like that. And of course, we all want to get back to that normality again. It's just the one thing that we miss more than anything else. But I said with sort of people moving about more, I said infections increasing. Well, yes, we have the vaccine, the program that's already been put out, which is helping to sort of stave hospitalizations and things. But it's always something in the back of your mind where caution in these sort of circumstances are always better than no caution at all. Because it's not as simple as sort of just wasting money. Money can be gained back later. It's the fact that you don't want to affect people's lives in the sense of losing loved ones or things like that. Because as we always say, with any sort of illnesses and things like that, the prevention is always better than the cure. Regardless of whatever disease that you end up getting or things like that, it takes its toll on yourself, both physically and mentally. And even though the fact you can make a full recovery afterwards, the damage it's done still will leave an after effect behind, regardless if it's a virus, regardless if you broke your arm or stuff like that. So it's always better to be, you know what, if I can not do that, that's going to benefit me in the long run. So protecting yourselves, protecting others, still always the better course of action.
Hello, young Zagreus.
Attack inflicts chill, that's not
That
bad.
beats the heat. Should come in useful.
Okay, so... I still think that's better, but I'm not too sure.
You must have a lot of stops around these parts, don't you, Charon, mate? Most of the dead are here in Asphodel, correct? I'll just have a look around.
Now let's fight the boss for this stage.
Another new look for you, I see, Bone Hydra.
So this would be quite a nice one to face off against. I deal a good amount of damage already with the Doom, and because the spear also can hit multiple opponents.
There.
So we're gonna have a good time here. But yeah, it is one of those things with everything else. I said, sort of trying to deal with the situations that you get given in certain circumstances can be an absolute nightmare. Regardless if you make a decision or not, hindsight is always 20/20, and your decision can be right and wrong based upon many different reasoning and reactions. Which is why, as I always say, I don't envy anyone in the position having to kind of deal with making decisions that will affect the general public in any way, shape or form. It is a hard decision to sit there and make, and so you've also got to think of things like the economy, how that balances everything else out. So there are many professionals out there making those decisions, and as say, if you do see them, they will argue like cat and dog over which is the best course of action. You know, some may have personal interests tied to their decision, other people might believe it's the right thing to do, other people maybe not want to but just don't want to take the risk of saying. But whatever the reasons are, I said it still has that effect. But I said, as long as everyone makes it through it all okay and well, I said there's not much you can really say after that.
Which to choose?
So we could change it up a little bit. Yeah, we'll take the extra gold now while we've got the opportunity to. I'm not really using the attacks at the moment, even though that gives me nice bonuses, so I will sell it as I get the opportunity to. And so we'll take the extra treasure.
Use this. Next region. Another day or night in paradise.
Ooh, I'm gonna take the weapon buff here. But there was one thing that I remember your friends talking about, saying the fact that you're normally going to be your own worst critic no matter whatever ends up happening, whatever you end up doing. Just because of the fact you're never going to be happy with your decisions that you end up making. But I think you being your own worst critic also comes from the idea of kind of sort of people you surround yourself by. Like if you have people that end up kind of digging you up and give you the confidence to do things, you tend to not worry about it so much. Now still more range to decent foes, spin attack makes you sturdy, pulse damage. Makes a difference just trying to take there. That's good, it kind of pulses out if I wanted to use it. Now I will take the bonus health here. More health the better now.
Right.
Now I've been getting back into my cooking quite a lot. Well, there's a few more sort of kitchen utensil stuff that I do want to get at the moment. That might be kind of a good investment, as I'm kind of doing a lot more cooking with certain types of things as well. Just like for myself, I've never kind of really needed the most of the items anyway, or I can make do, but since a point now where they really benefit me in my cooking process, like just having things like a ladle, which I don't have, I just end up using quite a larger spoon. Yeah, I'll take the Hermes buff here. I really do enjoy my cooking. I will say I tend to enjoy my cooking more when I cook for other people.
Surprise.
So just seeing the satisfaction of people enjoying the effort that you've put in to make the meal in itself is always quite nice. And especially when you make something that people technically kind of weren't expecting in a way. You know, when they go, ooh, like I didn't realise that that could work, or ooh, that's quite nice. Especially when you get more surprising flavours out there with what you're capable of doing. That's great.
Hermes.
The specialist faster is what I would like here, yeah.
Whew, felt that. Fishing
Let's
time,
fish.
Then. Got it. I caught a carp.
Yeah, we'll just hit the extra gold here. I don't really want to start
Fantastic.
taking
I sensed
other
your
buffs.
presence here. Thought I might find you all the way out here. Although, quite frankly, I'm surprised you're still alive.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Thanos.
I can hold my own in case you haven't noticed then.
I haven't, Zag. Now stand back and let me show you how it's done. I'll make this quick.
That was my plan.
You took my kill.
Yeah, this would be quite a nice one here, just because the enemies are low enough where my spear can hit them all, and I can do quite a lot of damage to them quite quickly.
Any last words? There is no escape. How about you?
Really?
Have that one.
So this will be some extra HP as well as the gold, so it's quite nice.
Situation is under control. Got more of them than I did, huh? What's with the look? You had your hands full, now you don't, thanks to me. Seems I'm left to thanking myself, since you're too proud to do it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say when he gets like this.
So he's quite the tsundere, really. Okay. So I'll pick this up
Just what I
beforehand.
need.
because I do want to make sure that I buff one of these up, which I think the increase in the Doom damage. So that's an extra 15%. On top, I still think that is more because I'm getting extra 19. So that is more there. We'll see what buff we get here. Okay, restoration is more. That's quite good. And then we'll supply that as well. And here we'll take the HP. Just with the restoration I'm getting being more, it's going to be more useful. Plus I do have a small chance of actually just gaining restoration. My damage isn't too bad. I mean, all my damage does come from the Doom, and there is one bonus I would like to get right now, if I can get it, which is if I inflict Doom again, I deal more bonus Doom damage to the people that I hit. Doom is already active on them. So almost like can stack it up, like the Hangover effect. But it doesn't look like I'm actually going to get that on here.
That's better.
So there's one thing about this game that I really do like, is that background music.
Strong bows.
But they really do create the atmosphere of sort of the game really well with it. So just inflict that. It's been hit. So it's quite nice the fact that I can just hit these minions, especially in their sort of their second state, or their spirit state, whichever you want to call it. And provided they have no shield, it's a one-shot.
Come on out.
Oh, great.
What? That was regenerating.
To be honest, I don't care about the regeneration, I care about that chariot not having a shield. It's just one of those annoying things where it has a shield, I can't stun it. Like this. So if it charges, then you can't really get out of its way. So an extra health. And I will take the double blessing here if we can.
Lord Ares already got hold of you, has he? He's good at making mortals kill each other, yes. But he has utterly no knack for subtlety.
Okay, so we'll take the Frozen Touch here, just because I don't want to sacrifice the special that I've got already leveled up as well.
What made you think I'd stand for this from you?
She'll get over it.
Yeah, I said I try and pick the ones that I know I can deal with very easily, and unfortunately, like Artemis there is the only one that I can kind of deal with a lot easier compared to
He's fully recovered.
the other one. Oh. Yeah. So Artemis isn't
I will
Artemis.
admit mistakes were made back there, so you just don't make them again next time, all right?
Airstrike, attack is stronger, critical effects deal more damage to armor. I'll take the dash strike damage just because if I end up selling it, it's going to be worth more and I'll go to the shop. So I think this is the last one we'll get on this level. That is right. Take the heart, take the healing. Criticals deal even more damage to armor, or I can get the aid call, which is probably what I might do, just having that there. Building up the background is going to be a lot better for me. There's not like a second fishing spot? No. Okay. So let's see how we do against these with the spear this time.
Rematch.
What hope have you, monster, versus the blessed bonds of brotherhood?
Best not belittle him, King. He is more powerful than he appears. We must remain alert this time.
Oh, I am perfectly alert right now, Asterius. And were I still alive, I would be positively salivating at the thought of running through this pustule with my spear, or whichever means I had available. Now let's go.
So it's quite nice the fact that I will always deal damage to both of them at the same time, providing I hit one of them that's close to the other with the spear.
Just listen to that, friend Asterius.
I do not fear you, fiend. Your presence is a stain upon Elysium.
Can't do that.
Keep forgetting about his
Fight on.
Prepare.
So,
So I really am trying to concentrate here, and we can use this now. Get the Minotaur down is what the plan is. So if you're wondering kind of when you know when you need to dodge, you'll see the kind of that pink reticule that kind of appears on you is when you know he's aiming at you. So sometimes I kind of manage to dodge it at the right time because it goes like a different shade of pink he's about to throw it like there. So it can be very hard to tell, especially when you've got so much going on in the fight.
No, Asterius!
You're next, King.
There's no point using the cool right now, just because of the fact that I'm going to get him into this next stage fairly quickly. So that's what one's going to do there, is just burst him down. Because even though that he blocks the damage, the doom still gets put on them.
You.
Which is quite nice.
How could you?
There we go, so we defeat them for the first time with the spear.
That shade there. Have I got a fan?
Yes, we have a fan.
Very nice.
Let's move on to the final stage.
a disappointing show for Theseus.
So here what I will do is pick up the Lucky Tooth, just because of the fact that it's an extra life.
Do I still need these?
We're going to sell that there, just the fact that I can get more money. And restoring some life, it's going to be a good idea to do that now while I got the opportunity to.
I can do this. I can do this.
So this run here looks like quite a good run, to be honest. So we'll see how it all goes.
What's with the air up here?
At last the willful prince has ventured all the way up to the surface of the mortal realm. Yet still he is encased within the earth itself. the gateway to the underworld, a threshold from which there is no escape.
We'll see about that. That's quite a stash there, Charon.
So we'd love to get like 1,000 gold and get that, but I don't think I'm going to.
The vast temple of Styx and its innumerable dangers now are all that separate the underworld prince from the land outside, which he so desperately longs to see.
I've almost made it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here is go straight to take the war buff, if I can get it. So if I can get that Doom and be able to stack it up, it'd be quite nice. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. Between that, this is like a non-boss fight, so it's not too bad. But again, you can see that I really do hate any minions with shields. So remember from the last time we got this far, any sort of like green sludge on the ground is basically a poison damage which will tick over time. And you got to use these then to cure it if you do get it on yourself. So do we get lucky? That'll be the question here. So yeah, and you can see here, you can just kind of stun lock a good amount of the enemies with this attack while still doing damage to all of them.
Some of those urns have coin in them, don't they?
So no, we're not lucky in this case. And I got to face off against all these minions, which isn't too bad. But a buff is a buff, plus I get a bit of extra gold, so I could get another buff as well on top of this. Okay, so that's one of the things that I always have to be careful of with this. Like, I don't mind some of the enemies, it's just the shields are on the satyrs that you get with the poison darts. They're really impossible to deal with. Yeah, let's get the nectar.
Lord Ares, please accept this offering for giving me such strength as necessary to succeed.
You are a flatterer, my death-inflicting kin. And I am feeling generous as well, so here, a small token for you of my affection.
So we get then his little trinket as well.
Olympus, I accept this message.
So yeah, that's the bonus stack damage I was looking for, but this here, because I'm chances are I am going to die anyway, it's too good to pass up. Anything here to buy? No, no point there. Because I just feel like, especially on the last sort of stage, I am going to use a Death Defiance. So I might as well get as much out as possible. Do any of these buff actually matter at the moment? Not really, so I'm going to save the gold until we get to a stage where it might be useful. Here I might take just the general upgrade. There we go. Pick up the gold there. As for me, I'm kind of recording this quite late today at the moment, so sort of more recently had quite a lot on my mind to try and go through and work through at home.
Found it already.
There we go.
The power of the gods.
So at this point, yeah, we'll just increase that. So I think I get the biggest bonus there.
Refreshing. Deep within the desecrated layer of the god-defiling satyrs lie the noisome contents of their profane rituals, so foul as to be indescribable.
Cerberus just loves the stuff.
Okay. So here, I said we will buy one of the blessings that we can. And we'll go for the top one.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
Resistance for damage from nearby attacks. So just we take less damage. Which is quite good anyway.
Fishing time?
No. Let's see what we pick up.
Got you. I got a gap.
Cerberus again accepts the sack.
So what you could have done is, before you kind of give him the sacks, I think I can't. Can I do it now? Yeah, I can't do it now, but before you give him the sack, you can complete all the rooms. So it is something to always bear in mind if you think yourself, actually, if you're strong enough to go through them all and pick up extra power-ups and things like that. Let's go outside for the second time that we've done so far.
You're not going to stop me.
The sea, the heavens and the earth. All of this belongs to my brothers. We are their kin by birth. But we are foreigners in their country.
No. No mournful speeches. Now get out of my way.
You impertinent brat. Fine. Impulsiveness runs in the family.
You said it.
Shut up.
So it's quite funny that we're both using the spear. There we go. Ouch, that gonna hurt. Stack these up.
Too slow.
The real question is, yeah, it does one shot kills them, so it's quite nice to have and realise. I got quite a nice build for this, so I've got a real good chance of actually succeeding. So I can take out
Loyal subjects to stay out of this.
all the minions quite nicely. Ouch. Should be more careful with that. And they have a good chance of being able to burst him down as well. I keep getting hit by that blood. It's not to annoy me.
Nowhere to hide from me.
So we use all those, just destroy that out.
You. Darkness.
That. We got kind of 3 lives, so it's not that difficult to kind of go through all this stuff here. And between that, when we do lose one Death of Defiance, we'll get 30% damage for this room, which is going to be quite nice. Ouch. And he really is using that quite a lot at the moment. Ouch. So I don't really want to use my cool just yet, because I think I can get more from it once I've got him down to that second stage.
darkness.
So there we go.
Your youth provides you with a certain mindless strength, but such power has its limits.
I don't know, I think we got a good run coming here.
You can't kill me.
Optimus!
All right, taking the shot.
So,
I can't.
Fire!
so that's quite nice that I can get him from that angle there. Ouch. So that's the first Death Defiance used.
You're bleeding, boy.
But now we do get that bonus to the attack. It's quite nice. When he does that, it's quite nice because I can just stack the damage up quite quickly. So this is sort of one of the things he'll do eventually, which these, when they explode, deal a small AoE. So it's just something to keep an eye out for. Not sure if we saw these in the last one. Be careful here.
You wait right there.
And of course there is that stun to be aware of with them. But that is there.
How? You... Go. Go then. Go! Get out of here! Get out!
I told you that I would, Father. And I'm going to. Goodbye.
Wait. Wait, just... If you find her... If you somehow find her... Tell her something for me. Tell her Cerberus is doing very well.
What? Wait, I don't think I owe you any favors here. Now answer me one question and I'll give it some thought. How's that?
I know your question, boy. But ask it anyway.
Persephone, my mother, why did she leave?
Blood and darkness. There is no escape.
Goodbye, Father.
So there we go. That is the first run that we've done at the moment. So we succeeded there and pretty much just stacked up on one particular thing, which is normally how you win most of your runs with this sort of game here. So yeah, onto that Doom with the spear. So we get to pick up our Titan Blood here, and we'll get to see the next bit.
I made it. Beyond the frozen overlook, await the first glimpse of the sun to your left, and onward through the cold. Sure hope this works, Nyx.
The surface, windswept, racked by freezing cold, nonetheless instills within the prince a sense of awe and the sublime, for it is unlike anything that he has seen.
It's beautiful.
So as far as these runs go, so this is the first successful run we've actually had. And I will continue with these runs up till I get a particular point which we haven't yet reached. Admittedly, the first most successful run we've had. I'm quite surprised on.
That thing. That's the sun.
Yep, and it's dragged across the sky by Apollo. It's one of those things where I think with sort of like this game, if they did like release sort of a DLC or stuff like that, there would be sort of other gods they could have introduced into the game.
Is this? It can't.
Who's there?
Hello?
Hello indeed.
So just double check there's something around here for the fishing, because if I can get some fish, that'd be quite nice. But let's talk to his mother.
Pray, who might you be wandering all the way out here? You're trespassing on private property, you know. Speak up.
You must be Persephone. My name is Zagreus, and I think I might be your son.
What? How dare! Get out of here! Get out or I shall make you! Out with you!
No, so then you are her. I don't care if you hate me, but I'm not leaving until I get some answers. I never even knew you existed. Why did you leave me?
You died. You died. Those burning feet, they sputtered out when you were born. But now you're standing here before me. How?
I died? I died? What, you mean permanently died? But I'm alive. Oh, gods. You never even knew I existed either.
Alive. Zagreus, he even kept your name. You live. How can this be? You live. You live. Oh, the cruel fates. My son.
Mother. In short, I beat him finally, though he did everything he could to prevent our meeting here like this. But there's something he wanted me to tell you in the end. He said to tell you Cerberus is doing very well.
He told you that, did he? That's good. That's good. Though, tell me something, Zagreus. How is it that you found me? To have journeyed all this way, I scarce believe it. Zagreus?
Oh, guess I'm just a little tired, that's all. Not accustomed to the weather, as I think you call it.
No. No, that isn't it. It's that you cannot stay here. You can't stay here.
Really, you're kicking me out? Why?
The fates are cruel, Zagreus. You're bound to that place. Same as your father. So they would have us say goodbye. For now. My heart soars knowing you live. But then it breaks that our time together was so brief.
No. I can come back. I can come back. Now that I found you, maybe he'll just let me come back.
You tell him I demand it. And I demand he also tell me how come he, or for that matter Nyx, never sent notice that you lived. Olympus is all rife with schemers. But I was so naive to think that they were different.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him. I feel awful. I have to go.
The Styx shall take you then. Oh, Zagreus. Farewell, my son. Won't you come back to me? When you are able, please. Come back. I shall be waiting here. However long it takes.
However long it takes. Can't hold on. Mother. I have to get back there.
Okay, and that's sort of part of the story there. Also, we'll finish off with the usual round of talking to everyone that's available, Mice as
check
well.
in with the house contractor.
You are late, boy. Have you any idea what time it is?
No. Wait, what? I vanquished you in single combat and finally found Mother, and that's all you have to say to me?
Nonsense. Don't you think I would recall such an event?
You can't be serious. You're going to pretend as though it never happened. She wants answers same as I do. She demands you let me pass. Let me go to her again.
Silence. This discussion is over. I hardly think this is the time or place to indulge your overwrought imagination.
I know where we can continue this discussion then.
And that gives the entitlement of what we're going to be pushing forward to next.
I found her, sir. My mother, she's alive and well, and... but I just couldn't stay up there for very long. I have to get back to her.
You really made it all the way? You must have gotten past your father. That's amazing, lad. But wait, what was she like? What happened to you there?
She was great. Nothing like father, more like you a little bit, I guess. Though being on the surface, it just seemed to suck the life right out of me. Even without the wretches of the underworld trying to do me in.
But then you had a little time at least. Sounds like you have unfinished business with her there. You got to her this once. Surely you're able to again, isn't that right?
It is. I have to speak with her.
Are you the one whom I should thank for this most wondrous music stand, my friend? Why, it is positively splendid, isn't it?
A renowned court musician ought to have the finest means available, I think. I'm pleased you like it, Orpheus. Though, tell me something. How can it play your music when you're not even here?
Who can explain the secret art of Daedalus, my friend? Know only that whenever it produces music for your listening enjoyment, that the sound you hear is coming from my soul.
Amazing, and a bit unsettling.
Child, your father fell to you as once his father fell to him, although you were substantially more merciful. I know it is a bitter victory at best. Though, tell me, what transpired subsequently that you have returned? Did you locate your birth mother?
I did. She was there. She was where you said she'd be. And more than I imagined, but I had so little time with her. I can't survive up there for very long. Why didn't you tell me I'd just die no matter what?
Oh, my child. I say this seldomly, but I did not know. Or I did not wish to believe that the service would have such an effect on you. But it seems you share your father's fate, after all.
My father's fate? But he was smugly waiting for me up there and seemed quite healthy all in all. Though, maybe the farther we get from this realm, the worse we get. Because he cast his lot, inheriting the underworld.
So I now presume you are bound to this realm by powers greater even than mine. Tell me something. If you knew that you could only see Persephone for but a moment's time, would you still make the journey to her there?
Yes. Yes, I would. I had so many questions left for her.
Then go and ask them, child. Steady your resolve and find her there again. And use well what brief time you have with one another whilst you can. As mortals do.
As mortals do. Should visit the head chef.
Oh, so, hi, Prince. So, is there anything I can get you? Or maybe tidy up some more? Or, I just thought maybe you'd like something to drink sometime?
This is why I love Deucer so much.
Oh, drink sometime sounds wonderful, Deucer. Maybe tomorrow, assuming I'm not getting out of here by then?
Well, I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, forget I asked. Or anything. I'm sorry. Bye.
So she is just adorable.
Some water-dwelling beast for you, good chef.
That is a good
Use them
haul
wisely,
there.
my friend.
So let's see what the
What's for
stock
sale?
trader's got for me here. I do want to get a lot more keys if I can to try and lock the fists, but we'll see first. Okay, so we need 2 diamonds for that one. I could pick some finer stuff there as well. Let's go speak to Skelly and see where the buffers landed, as well as also collect our rewards.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
There we go.
Let's have a look here.
So I could get an extra Death Defiance, which is what I'm going to do as well, because it'll help us in later runs. And then getting the extra deeper pockets is going to be quite useful, plus the extra health, and we'll split those evenly between both there.
Now
Not bad.
Talking. The exit. That's a pact of punishment on it. Come on, mate, won't you say who hired you? Was it Achilles? Couldn't have been Nyx. Is it that big a deal?
I am an individual of some integrity, boyo, and protect my sources with my life. You'll have to kill me if you want to make me squeal.
Which is quite funny, because you can actually kill him. But it won't make him squeal at all. It's kind of funny.
Sweet release. Hey.
And he comes back. So we do need the 8 to go there. I have 12 keys, so let's unlock it, and it has the bonus.
This one. Twin Fists of Malphon. Our strength combined surely cannot be stopped.
Whoa, those are some paws. That one, huh?
So we'll probably use these. You can see here, you get a pummel combo, sort of basic combo. Also get a rising cutter, which basically does 2 hits and kind of stuns the enemy. And obviously the sweeping dash attack, which is quite nice. And then a dashing uppercut as well. So that's what we use next game. The pack of punishment we'll go through in the next one. And lastly, the trinket we unlocked,
the old collection.
which we got here from Ares. We can then use that to get more bonuses there as well. Wow, so this was our first successful run. So I hope you do appreciate these videos.
There, Mother.
And we'll see if we can do it again on our next run. So if you like the videos, do leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.